Happy Hump Day, everybody. My name is Vicky, StitchNButton. I'm here to show you some more cross-stitch stuff. A little 2-week update. Today is January the 16th. I say Hump Day, those Geico commercials, they're showing all the old ones now, and I don't watch a lot of TV. But when I do, every time they have commercials on, I see one of them. And then I have friends sending me videos of them and stuff, and we've been cracking up. That's one of my favorite, by the way. I know it annoyed the hell out of some people, but I just thought it was funny. My actual all-time favorite commercial is the Terry Tate commercials. The office linebacker. Just look them up on YouTube. Hysterical. I'm here to give you a little bit of an update. I did some stitching. Some of it I can't show. I actually did a lot more stitching on something I can't show you because it's a model stitch. It's for a Nashville release, so it's not my property to show, but I did get some done on my full coverage piece. I've been really trying to be diligent about that. Everything else is going by the wayside, except for I do have one finish. I did a lot of sewing the past week. I made 21 bags. I have 4 left after posting them yesterday. About 7 or 8 of those were pre-orders, though, but a lot of them went out the door. And I'll show you what I have left, too, just in case you're interested. And I got the rest of my order in from Jen from the whole Stitching Caboodle. First, from last time, I forgot to show you my new cup. I got this from Jen at the whole Stitching Caboodle on Facebook, and I'll link it below. I think the cup is about $20. But it says procrastinate, verb to cross stitch when you could be doing housework. I know that they have t-shirts like this, and I've seen the cups before, and I waited, and I was like, I just gotta have the cup. So, of course, it's got coffee in it. Alright, what have I been doing for 2 weeks? I've been busy. Keeping myself very busy. I've been pretty motivated. I think I mentioned my last one that I did all my drawers because I was watching the Maria Kondo stuff. Now, I did not thank my clothes, but they either went in the trash or they went to be given away. So, not thanking cotton, thank you. Or polyester or whatever else it was made of. I will start out by showing you what I can show you as far as stitching. This one is, and I actually have the picture right here this time. I threw it together. This one's called Mini Space Traveler. It's the mini version of the Heaven and Earth design with the TARDIS. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, when I first thought about doing this one, I was actually just going to go here and just do that portion. But the more I looked at it, I was like, you know what, I think I want to do the whole thing. Plus, it's not as large as a regular Haid. So this is for my full coverage, which I think is hashtag 90FC challenge. On Instagram, it's through the Full Coverage Fanatics. Full Coverage. FCF challenge. Oh my goodness. It'll be in the links below. Anyway, it's the Full Coverage Fanatics website or group on Facebook. And doesn't look like tons, but it actually is. I got all this done in here. And some of this, and originally I wasn't parking, but I just started having to because this was a whole length, so that wasn't too bad, and a lot of it was whole length, and once it started getting confetti, I started doing the parking. So that's how far I got. That, believe it or not, that's about 6 colors. You can't really tell. It's starting to show some purples here and there, along with the grays and the blues. This one is done, I believe this is 22 count Ada, which was that leftover from Blue Flame. I dropped my bag. It's a floppy bag. I still love this bag. I think this was bought for me from Books A Million a couple years ago. I don't even think they have it in the store anymore, but it's so cool. And I am dropping stuff on the dog. Poor guy's trying to sit here and eat his little toy bone thing. And he's wondering why he's getting hit with charts. He knows it's a danger zone. I think I like ran over his ear when I was going back and forth with the sewing the other day. What else did I work on? Because I was in the 12 days of Haid and stuff, I did get a little bit done on my other two projects, my other two Haids. And I'm pulling those out now. No, I did not pull them out, obviously, before. But, I'm pretty sure that's Priestess. Let me just double check. Yes. Because this one's Blue Flame. No, this one's Priestess. I marked down that I worked on Priestess, but I don't think there's any change. I'll show it to you. But I don't think there's any change from the last time I showed it. This is the Priestess from Heaven and Earth Design. Love those animals. Look at those animals. Love the animals in that. And that's all I have done on her. That's all I have done on her. That needle minder is from the Jeweled Antler Co. on Etsy. I don't know if she has any more of those, but she has other cool ones up there. And I think she added scissors recently, too. If you're looking for some fancy scissors. And that's done on... I know I wrote it somewhere. Where did I write it? Where I said it at one time. That's 28 count. I'm almost positive that's 28 count, 1/1. And then this one is Blue Flame, which is just the black that I did. It's not much, but it's there. It's 1/1, and this is 25 count, even weave. And this one is also from Jeweled Antler Co. This needle minder. The TARDIS box on my other one was one of mine. If you're interested, let me know. I should probably put those back up on Etsy. I just haven't. I have them. I just haven't advertised them in a while. You get this stuff put away. It is a mess. You can't see it. The camera's very strategic. But once I finished doing the bags, I had to make zipper pulls for a lot of them. I only had, like, out of 21 bags, I think I only had 2 or 3 zipper pulls pre-made. So I had to make zipper pulls, and I have boxes and tin. There's beads all over. Beads all over. Matter of fact, the camera is sitting on 3 of those boxes that are like this. This is all just the clear crystals. I have 2 of these with color crystals. 2 of them. Stones. Stone beads. This one's heavy. This one's not as heavy. This one's wood beads. That's not even half of it. I even have one of these, the charms. I have one of those 60 drawer things that's got charms. There's more charms. There's at least 5 others with charms in it. It's crazy. Like I said, there's stacks and stacks of stuff here. And down here and over there. It's crazy. Alright, that is what I worked on, what I could show you. And then I have a finish, which is here. Oh, and I have an exciting revelation to share with you as soon as I can find my little finish here. Oh, where did you go? Okay. It's in my Flosstube bin. I have a bin that I throw everything, so it's wrinkled, but I have the iron over here, so I'll have to iron it up. I finished Frankenboo. Finally finished them up real quick. I know Pam beat me. I don't care. Whatever, Pam. But I finished it, and they gave Pam the right size buttons. They did not give me the right size buttons, so I just stitched them in, and put this behind it. They're cute. They're cute. I did the snowman one, and then I think I have 1 or 2 more left that I want to do from this series. And like I said, I did it a little bit low, but I'm not going to frame it. I'm going to put it in something else. All of them are going to go in something other than a frame, so it doesn't matter. So that was my stitching. I have purchases. I had originally ordered this stuff, and I waited to have Jen send it to me for various other reasons. So I have a whole bunch of stuff. Although today I just picked up they have these at my dollar store. It's a pack of 3, which I can use for, like, I have counting pins. I guess they're counting pins / ornamental pin cushion pins with beads on them. They're beaded. I have those that I like to put in stacks in here because it holds them well. I mean, it could hold, if you only had a few bobbins, if you bobbinate, I don't bobbinate, but if you only had a few bobbins, you could toss that in there, needles, whatever. But I think they're great. I've used them for miscellaneous beads when I'm doing that. They're stackable, and they have the lock top and a little bit of a gasket in there. So if you actually want to use it for food, it probably won't leak. I don't know, it's a dollar store. I'd check it out with some water over the sink first. But it has the note to say bonus includes extra container. So I guess it's supposed to be stacks of 2, and it sold them in a stack of 3 for $1 plus tax. And they had different colors. I like that color, sort of Eagles green. Yes, my Eagles lost, and I was surprised they got as far as they did. And I don't hate on the Saints, so now I hope the Saints go all the way. If we couldn't do it, I hope the Saints can. All right, what else did I get in? I got in my Victoria Motto, which I'll just show you real quick. I'm not going to spell out names or anything. I get the Prim ones, and I've been debating on whether I want to switch it over to the regular. But for right now, I think I'm good. Here are the 5 that I got this month. That's showing pretty good. There's this bright purple color I like, and that's like an off-white, like a darker ecru. A colonial type blue. It's like a grayed out blue. A mute mauve. And this rusty orange and like a darker rusty orange. I think that's pretty cool. So those need hole punched and hung up with the rest of them, and that pink thing right there. That's another thing. I like the way I have that, but I don't know if I want to make yet another cover and split them up a little bit more, because sometimes it's just a pain in the butt to lift that up and go through everything now that I have so many. So I'm thinking of maybe changing that order up as far as how I put my over dice. What else do I have? Oh, I forgot to show one of my Christmas cards. I got this from my friend Susie Q. It's got sparkles on it, and it left some. Thanks for the glitter herpes, Susie. I think that's cute. What else do I have in this? An old note that fell in there. I made a trade with a friend of mine, and in the box, she put this. I wanted to show that. Look how pretty that is. Butterfly. And it's die cut, so it's cute. She put a note in that. I'm getting this stuff out. This last package from Jen was pretty substantial. So. Make sure I got everything. Hold, please. I don't have any spectacular stories this time, by the way. I almost forgot to do this today. I forgot what day it was, I guess, and I almost forgot to do it, and I was like, do I really feel like it? Oh, I'll just get it done, right? I've been keeping pretty busy. You know, I'm in Florida, so yes, I had to mow the lawn and everything. I got this cute Birds of a Feather card, also. Cool. that in the mail. And I got these. I got a highlighter, which I've had before. This one has magnets on either end. They have the plastic ones that are just static that you could stick to your charts. And I know Jen has these at the whole Stitch and Caboodle. I also, I ran out of Black Crow. Bought some of that. And then I got charts. I got Cowgirl from Madame Chantilly. Look how cute that is. My neighbor's kid is out there screaming. She needs to go to bed. Anyway, I thought that was just too cute. And I'm pretty sure that cow has on boots. Cow with boots. I guess the shit's deep in his field. And of course, as soon as Heartstring Samplery came out with her coffee edition of the Festive Little Fobs, I had to buy that right away. Love that. I don't even know which one I want to do first, but I'll probably have to kit one up and do one at least this year. I know I showed my plans, but after I get some stuff done, then I'm free to do that. And then I got this one, of course. See, it's for coffee. I didn't get any of the other letter series. I see it's a alphabet series. This one's good enough for me. I'm wondering if my neighbor's alright. It's weird. I'm sure they'll knock. So weird. Alright, then I bought this one. This one's from Erica Michaels, Jolly Soul. It says, may your soul be jolly, and it has Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Look how cute. It's part of the Petites collection. I'm trying to get, there you go. I think that's just adorable. I'm wondering how big it actually is. They did theirs on silk gauze. I'm not doing it on 40 count, that's for sure. It says, cover model stitch on 40 count silk gauze provided in this chart pack. Oh, it's 80 by 95. Model on linen stitched on 35 count putty from Weeks Dye Works. Stitch count is 75 by 99. How? Okay, now I gotta look because I'm confused. Is there two charts? Because it's two different counts too. How is it? I didn't realize it came with the silk gauze. Yeah, there's no silk gauze in here. It's just that it's two charts. And it's the same chart with different borders. I guess a different colorway. I'll look at it later. Yeah, there's no silk gauze. I didn't think it came with silk gauze. The price didn't show silk gauze. Let's just put it that way. You know, it's got that chart price and then that, oh, that came with threads and fabric price. And it wasn't that much. I really like that one, though. Erica Michaels, I like her. Okay, next one I got was Kesslin's 5 Friends. Look at those shoes. Audrey, which one's yours? I think I'm the middle one. I'm definitely the middle one. It's got green and blue. Oh yeah, I'm the middle one. And you could pick another one. Gina. J-Long. Let's go, girls. Like that. I don't think I want to do it on that color fabric, though. Definitely different, something different. I also bought Abby Rose's Long May She Wave from her Patriotic series. That dress, it's so triangular. I just like this. Patriotic. Alright. I received a birthday gift from my friend Teal She let me pick out a chart. Matter of fact, Teal bought me the C is for Coffee chart too. I forgot. For Christmas, Teal bought me the C is for Coffee chart. I had ordered both of them, but she insisted on paying for one. Thank you, Teal. I already thanked her. And then this was the one I picked up for my birthday. It's winter. It's the Winter House Trio by Waxing Moon. That's cute. Love Waxing Moon. And then I bought Christmas House Trio. I don't know. I wonder if I can do them all in one row. How cool would that be? I might have to get the other houses now. Figure out what I want to do with those. Alright, and then boy did I get the rest of my fabric that I ordered. Okay, so I will show you the fabric and then I will tell you the story of fabric. I have a condition and I love fabric. And Jen was showing fabrics and I couldn't resist, so I ended up getting Heritage. This is all PTP. Picture this plus. This is 20 count. It's an 18 by 27. I'm just going to keep it. That's showing up pretty good. Not bad. Lighting. And then some Heroic, which I know I ordered some and on specifically, and then I bought some that she had extra. I'm sure this is a fat quarter. Yeah, 18 by 27. Heroic. It's got that blue and red in it. Love that. Long Way She Waved might go on that one. And then Chrysalis. I don't have a lot of mint green. Hey, that's not bad for most mint greens don't show up too well. That's mint green. And it's called Chrysalis. It's a 13 by 18. Flapper. I got some purple because I have all these Halloween ones. It's really variegated there. Not as much here. It's kind of blotchy. Let me open it up. Maybe I'll... Depending on what I'm stitching, I guess I can figure out if I want to use light or dark on that. It's not as blue as it's showing on my screen. It's definitely purple. And then I bought some... I know I complained about the crystal, but this was really cool. It's Da Vinci, it's purple, and it'll look really cool with one of my many, many Halloween patterns. Love that. I also bought another piece of crystal. See, now that's like a really purple, like a blue purple, and this one's more like a pink purple. Mauve purple, I guess. It's called Crystal Whimsy. That's not, nope, not even close. This is closer, maybe. It's got more of a pinker shade to it. No, it's still showing too purple. Because if you look, yeah, see that now that's showing real blue. This is a bluer purple. This is like a grapey purple. This one's more like a mauve purple. You can look it up online under Picture This Plus. That's called Whimsy. So that's all the 28 counts. Because I generally stitch on 32 count. That's like my favorite. It's easiest to see. I kept all the 28s together because it'll go in the 28 bin that's up in the closet. Okay. Then, I don't work on 36 and 42 often, but I ended up just getting a piece just so I have it. It's 40 count sand from Picture This Plus. No, I think this is too bright. That's almost it. You know, it makes the variegation, you can notice the variegation more. And this one's like a light yellow. It's called Tycho. It's got yellow with gray tones in it. That's a 36 count. because she had some pieces left over. I was like, well, let me grab this and that and the other thing, you know. This one's Wren. I do love this color. This has got a rusty kind of look to it. Rusty brown. And then there's Dapple. It's a 32 count Belfast. Just like a gray blue. And then we've got Barnwood. Pretty dark brown. That one is a 32 count. How'd this 28 count? Oh, and that's why these two are in here. Okay, and I'll explain. I was going through fabrics trying to figure out. This one's a blue with like rust marks on it. It's called Cauldron. So that goes to go with the 28 count. And then Cyprium. So that's the fabrics. That was my order from Jen. I was ordering fabrics not only because I have an addiction, but I've said in my previous videos that I was looking for the perfect fabric for Elevenses, which is a design by Fiddlesticks AU. I know that the Distracted Stitcher did it. That's where I saw it when she did hers, and I was like, I gotta get it, so I went and bought it. I don't have a picture of it here because I didn't print out the picture. I just printed out the chart and the key from the download that you get from her. Now, when I know I said this before, but I'll recap in case you haven't seen my videos before. When I saw it, now she did hers in the colors or close to the colors that were called for it, and they're bright colors. It's not ugly. It's just they're colored, the reds and orange and purples and greens. And it says, it's like a menu, and it says breakfast, second breakfast, Elevenses, luncheon. Then it says afternoon tea, dinner, and supper. That's how many meals they have in Hobbitland. And when I saw it, I really liked it. I liked the lettering and stuff, and I liked the sentiment to it because of the movie. And I figured I wanted to do it more like it was written on a piece of parchment, like a sign, and more like a brush stroke from a marker or a paintbrush. So I went and I knew right away I wanted to use Carriage Black. And I bought the Carriage Black from Dames of the Needle, and I'll link her below. She's got an Etsy. She's got a whole bunch of stuff. She sells her linen, and she's got trim. She's got pom-poms and chenille and different ribbons that she dyes. And she's got designs of her own, but she also carries a whole bunch of overdyes like Gast and Weeks Dye Works and Rami Creations. That's where I got the threads for my Elegant Squid. Anyway, so she's got a whole bunch of stuff going on there. So I knew she had the Carriage Black, and I had to get like 5 of them because I wanted to make sure I had enough. Because I didn't know what count I was going to do, so I just said, let me get, and can't have too much, you'll use it. I get 5 or 6. Anyway, I got 5 or 6 skeins, so I knew I wanted what pattern I wanted. I knew what color I wanted to do the letters in. Now I had to find the perfect fabric. So I bought all those kinds of browns that you just saw. Plus I showed you some last time that I had gotten, and it wasn't right. So those last 2 pieces of fabric, I just showed you that, and the 40 count sand. I got those in the last order, and I laid those out, and I'm looking at it, and the sand was going to be the winner, although I wasn't sure I wanted to do it on 40 count. I'm thinking if I do 40 count, I'm going to want to do some smaller things because I know doing a big project on that is going to drive me crazy. So I'm looking and I'm like, nah, it's not quite right. So I go through my bins of fabric. Bins of fabric. I'll show you a sneak peek. Hang on. I think I can turn it around. Oh, tell me I can't turn it around. Okay, never mind. Well, okay. Don't mind the mess. Look, see? Mess. Bins. Bags. That's my DMC. Anyway, this over here is a closet that I bought. And there are 6 of those blue bins with fabric that stands up. There's 2 for 28 count, 2 for 32 count, 1 for 36, 40, and 30 count, and 1 for miscellaneous whatevers. And I don't own a lot of Ada, so that's it. And then the other ones are all sewing fabrics. So you just got a quick sneak peek and a little seasickness. But anyway, so I have all these bins of fabric. And I said, let me look. And I even called Frank in, and he was like, he had picked the sand, and I was like, okay. So I said, let me see what else I have. So I started going through, and I started pulling out. And I got to, now I know what size I needed, and some of them would have been perfect, but I didn't have the right size fabric, because for 32 count, I'm looking at it, I would need, because I want a 3-inch border, I'm going to definitely probably frame this one. For a 32-inch border, I'm going to need a 15 by 17. Most of the stuff is, what, 13 by whatever, so it was short me a couple inches. 36 count, I'd need a 14 by 15, and 28 count, I need a 16 by 18. So I'm going through, and if it sort of matched, it wasn't the right size, vice versa. You know, right size, not the right color. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to go with the sand, and I go through my, I think it was in the miscellaneous counts, and I found the perfect fabric. I've been waiting months for the perfect fabric. It's been sitting in there the whole time. I don't know why I didn't think of it at first. Short story long, I decided to do it on 35 count Witch's Brew from Dames of the Needle, which I've had since May at the retreat. I bought it from her. Now, I know I used a piece of it for something else. I kitted something else with it. But this piece right here, from here to here and here to here, is the perfect size. So I just have to cut off this extra here. Look at that. It's got the stains on it. Now it's showing up slightly lighter than it really is. Tell me that doesn't look like a menu, like a greasy spoon menu. I think it's going to look great on there. I will, again, link the Elevenses chart, so if you want to look at it, if you're a Hobbit fan, or if you're just kind of curious as to what it looks like, since I slacked and didn't print the picture. I'll link that below, and I'll link Elizabeth's Dames of the Needle below. So I know she's got, I don't know what count it is, but if you're interested in getting, I think this is great. It always, when I first bought it, I was like, oh, that reminds me of something like a zombie thing would go on or something. But I think this is definitely going to work for this Elevenses. So I was excited. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't see it the first time. I guess because I had in my head Papyrus, so I wasn't even looking for something that dark. That is what I bought that time. Now, in the meantime, I bought needle cases from Jen. She's got wooden needle cases she bought, and I think I showed one before. So now I have 2 of them. And I use mainly 26 and sometimes 24 with some of the counts that are, I don't know, I don't want to say it's higher or lower count. It's more if the holes are bigger, because sometimes you can get a 32 count where the holes are bigger than on the 28 if it's an even weave. You know what I mean, on the linens. So most of the time I use 26, size 26 needles, but I also have 24s and 28s. I have a lot of 24s and 26s because I bought them in bulk at one time. So what I did was I took the wooden cases that I bought from her, and I just used one of those small screwdrivers and etched in the number 24 on this one and the number 26 on this one, if you can see it. That way I knew what size they were, and they still look pretty cool. I mean, you can't really. I just put them in my bag they're good to just throw in my accessory bag for when I need them, because I always have tons. But I thought that would be a good little tidbit if you were looking to use one of those. Like if you like the needle case, you were like, well, how would I know? But you can etch something in. And like I said, it didn't take much. I just used I think it was a Phillips head from one of the dollar store little tiny screwdrivers. And I just sat there and just etched it in real quick, and it came up easy. There was one more thing I forgot that I did get. I signed up for the monthly ornament, the Crazy Annie's Stitching 2019 Country Christmas Ornament Club. That's a mouthful. Anyway, it's Annie B's Folk Art, and I think there are 14 designs, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, there's one every month, and you can opt to get just the chart with the buttons that you need, or the chart and the fabric, the fabric and the threads. There's all different options on there, and I think if you go to Crazy Annie's, I don't think it's on her website, I think it's on her group page, you can still sign up. And this was the first month. I just received that in the mail the other day. It's a tree farm. It's got a little woody wagon on it. It's cute. And it came with these little tiny buttons, which I believe are they lights? Like little white lights, I think. Or are they supposed to be ornaments? Tiny white ornament. Look, if you actually read, it'll tell you. Information, knowledge is power. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to those. I'd like to sign up for stuff like Fabric of the Month, but first of all, I can't really afford it. Second of all, I get kind of picky with the kind of fabric that I want and the colors that I would use. Like some of these pinks and dark reds, I would probably never stitch on it. Not that I don't think they're beautiful, like that Huntress that PTP has is gorgeous. I just wouldn't stitch on it. I think it's too dark for me to stitch on and too difficult for me to stitch on. So that's why I don't join those. And as far as the thread of the month, I would love to sign up for the Color and Cotton. I would really love to, but I sort of have to, you know, funds are not unlimited. And I really like the Victoria motto. It's a little bit of a better value when it comes down to it. And if I'm going to get a limited edition of something, because I think Color Cotton is pretty much the same thing as the Victoria motto as far as, you know, a lot of those colors aren't repeatable, I'd rather get the 20 yards. So I'd have threads all over. Oh my goodness. Like I don't have enough already. I really can stitch from stash for years. I really can. So that's that. I also talked about thread drops my last video and what I had a plan for, and I went and took my gift certificate to Hobby Lobby, and we went over to the coast, and I was able to buy 3 stamps, and I put them away. Yeah, I'm not taking them out. Anyway, the stamps I bought, they don't cut out the whole little ticket like some of them do. It just sort of cuts off the end to make it look like a ticket. So you cut the strips in 3 different widths. It gives you 3 different widths that you could cut them in. So you cut them in strips and then you cut off the top like that. Anyway, I did that and I bought 2 circles. One's a slightly larger circle than the other, and both are bigger than an average hole punch. And what I ended up with, I will show you. I took 8.5 by 11 sheet of photo paper. I have tons of it. I don't know if anybody else had it, but you know, you get it. We were buying it years ago to print out pictures, and then, you know, like Snapfish came along and the other Shutterfly and stuff like that. So it was cheaper to do it that way and look better. And then you used to get it for free in everything you bought. You buy labels, you get free photo paper. You buy ink, you get free photo paper. Anyway, so I was going to do it on the little paper, the smaller ones that I got, the 4x6 that I got with my ink. And I thought the whole thing was sticky on the back. It's not. It's only got 2 strips of sticky. So I was like, well, I'm not going to bother with that right now. I could still use it. It's still usable for that. But if I'm going to have to spray it anyway, I'd rather use a whole sheet because I have 8.5 by 11 scrapbook sheets that fit perfect on an 8.5 by 11 photo sheet. So what I did was I took it outside because you cannot spray adhesive in the house. It gets everywhere, everywhere. So I took it outside and I sprayed the matte side. You don't want to spray the shiny side. You want to spray the matte side of the photo paper, or else it's not gonna adhere right. I sprayed it down and I put the piece of paper on there and just let it sit for a while. I mean, it pretty much sticks right away, but I just let it sit for a while and I did a bunch of pages. In doing a bunch of pages, I came up with all these. I made 3 different sizes because the way I ended up cutting it was 2 inches wide and 2.5 inches wide to make strips. And I used as much paper as I could, so I methodical and math with it. So what I ended up getting out of it were, these were scraps that I still made into little short pieces, and they have 2 holes each for threads, so you could have 2 threads on each one. And they all got the hole up top. That's what cuts. That was the big, and that's the 2 inch. And this is the 2.5 inch, which I put 5 holes in. And then some of the regular 2 inch strips that were longer, because I was able to get, I put 1 hole so I can actually transfer all my Victoria Motto onto ones like this instead. They're a little bit sturdier and they're cute. Anyway, out of 1 sheet of paper, I was able to get 3 of the smalls, which were literally scrap, but you might as well use it, right? And I got 3, 6, 9 of these medium ones with the 1 hole, and 3 of these 5 hole ones. And they're pretty thick, and it stuck pretty well, and the back is shiny. I don't know if you could, I wouldn't use a grease marker on it or something like that. I'm afraid it would wipe off in your stitching stuff, so I wouldn't do anything with the back. But the front is paper and you can write on it. I am not, I know there's people that sell them. I'm not going to sell them. What I've decided to do with them is either A, use them, or B, I've been putting them in, like I said, I made a whole bunch of bags. So I've been putting some in my bags just so people could use them, so I'll share them. But I've got like Christmas ones and just a whole bunch of different motifs, and I just went crazy that night and just did a whole bunch of them. Why not, right? So that went over well. I said I wanted to test it, and I tested it well, and it worked pretty good. And my last bit of whatever is, there's 2 more things. What I watched, I've been trying to watch Flosstube. I don't know how anybody else feels. I love my Flosstube. I love catching up with people, but sometimes just not in the mood to watch it. So I was in the mood to watch Indiana Jones this past week when I was sewing, because sometimes I can't watch and listen at the same, I can't while I'm sewing and stuff and the machine's going. So most of the time when I'm watching Flosstube, I'm stitching or doing something that's quiet and not moving around so much. So I watched Indiana Jones, all 4 movies this week. And I think I moved on to the Mummy series. But I did fit in some Flosstube. I caught up with a couple of people that I normally watch, and then 2 new ones that I've got. Seashell Stitches. She had started following me on Facebook. I mean, not on Facebook, on Instagram. And I realized I thought I'd watched her, put her on my list, and for some reason I didn't. She doesn't have a lot of shows out there. Movies, Flosstubes out there. But, so it was easy to catch up. And I'm almost totally caught. I think I have 1 or 2 left of hers, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember right. It's been a long 2 weeks. So, check her out. She's over in the UK. And from what I understand, she runs I want to call it an RV park. Is it an RV park, Shell? Or is it you just rent out campers and they take them wherever? But I think that's what she does. So she's back and forth between the house and there all the time. Um, and then Pam and Steph mentioned these kids, and then I watched somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody I normally watch. So, and they mentioned Sassy Stitchin' Sisters and Brother. And each one of their videos is 6 to 12 minutes, tops. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Really cute. Now, I'm going to admit that most time when there's kids rambling in the video and, you know, playing around in the video, and that sort of disinterests me. You know, when I do my Flosstube, I make sure nobody's around. Try not to interrupt me. Just let me get done what I get done. But I know a lot of people like when the kids get in and they think it's funny. It's not really my cup of tea. So I said, well, let me watch them. They're short anyway. Thoroughly entertaining. Cute. I love their whole dynamic. I was giggling. I think I sat there with all the videos with a big giant smile on my face because it was just, it's cute. They do great work for being so young, and they've only been cross-stitching for like 3 months. I think they've been quilting for about a year, and their mother does quilting. So check them out. I will put their links below, and those are the 2 new ones for me. And I'm just going to show the rest of my bags I have left over. They're on my Instagram. Some of them are new. The first few are new, and then some of them are from the last batch. But I figure I'd give them a show just in case you were interested. And you can go over my Instagram, and I also post them on my Facebook group called StitchNButton, and on my personal page. So I have 1 Frida left. I know Michelle Bendy had bought one of these. I've sold 3 of the 4 Fridas that I had. So this one is left. I've got this horse one. These ones are older batch. It's got the boot on it, and plaid, and horses. And then this Ouija one with bats. And it's got a bat finder on it, a zipper pull with a skull. And there's the back. I know I can make more of these too, but I have 1 right now. This one is left over because somebody said they wanted it and then never really contacted me, so that's fine. It's not going to go bad, right? It's got a little witch on it, pumpkins, and witches and haunted house and pumpkins on the back, and bats. Now, the new ones. I had 2 of these. I have 1 left. This is coffee with it's got a gray inside. It's got a little coffee cup that's got a heart inside. And it says, today's mood brought to you by coffee. Oh, I lie. It says today's mood is sponsored by coffee. Same diff. Anyway, I have 1 of these left, and I think I can make 1 or 2 more. I'm not quite sure. Not sure. I have this one. I know I can make at least 1 more of these. This is seashells. It's got black and white seashells here and color seashells on the back. And it's got a fish zipper pull on it. And I know I can make a couple more of these if I have to. This one is a new one also. It's got the butterfly pull with some crystals. This leafy pattern on the inside. Butterflies on the outside. And then this one, I made 2 of these. This one is the one that's left. This is bee and honeycomb. And there's a little bee pull there. And it says bumblebee on the back in gold with the bees. That's what I have there. I know I also posted some more needle minders, and I'm debating on posting counting pins. I've been looking at them. They've been there sort of taunting me. I still need to do some more scissor fobs and zipper pulls for orders that I got. So I have my beading stuff out right now, and then I need to make more bags that were ordered. So I will be getting back to sewing in a few days. If you have any questions, message me. You can either email me at thestitchnbutton@gmail.com, which is the YouTube email. You can get me on Instagram at QNVIKKI, or for any kind of products, you can get me at StitchNButton Crafts on Instagram. And I have the StitchNButton group page, or just, it's not a group, it's just a page on Facebook also. I think I'm done. It went a little bit longer than I thought it would. Okay. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves. And I hope you guys are staying safe and warm up north. It's actually a little chilly down here. It's been getting down to like 40 at night. And it's been staying less than 70, anywhere between 50 and 65 during the day the past couple days, which is not very Florida-like weather. And yes, I will whine. I don't want to hear it. I came down here, I deal with 125 in the shade plus 175,000% humidity during the summer, where I shouldn't be freezing during the winter. So, there. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying your stitching. Comments, questions, anything below would be great. I love to get them. I love to answer them. And don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.